Starting the stream.
And great that it started at 10 a.m. this morning because they had time to get out there, dry the track.
And this is why they started at 10 a.m. because they knew that this scenario could inevitably play out, and here we are.
Once again, as they're doing some final touches to the racetrack, as soon as the cars roll, they'll come down pit road.
Cars have been fired. It's 3:50 fucking 3. This race should have ended 3-4 hours ago.
I know that fender looks bad, and I don't think you can lead a line lap after lap after lap, but Jeff, you know, if you're in the picture coming to the start finish
I didn't think I'd be rejoining you people today.
Dale, you said at the top of the show, right?
I thought it was done. This better be the greatest 20 laps in the history of fucking NASCAR, where Cody Shane Ware gets his first ever Cup win. Can't wait for it.
Even with the limited cars that we have, these guys all feel
I can't wait for Cody Shane Ware to get that first win.
I didn't really think I had to win this race.
Many of the drivers already went home.
Rick Jr. made mention of this on social media during the 3-hour rain delay. Pit road looks so odd. There's so many packed up pit boxes, and then you kind of stroll down a little further down pit road, then there'll be an open pit box where there's a crew ready to pit their car.
Blaney's guys are still there. They're hanging on. They're like, come on, man.
The duels, you know, where there's all these open pit stalls, right? Where all the crews have packed up already. They're on the way home back to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Here we are,
are
back again for 20 laps.
Well, you mentioned the duels as we see.
Cars are rolling off pit road. The yellow flag has been waved. The red flag is lifted. All 20 people in attendance are very excited.
The duels is kind of what I'm getting ready to see here. The duels
Bummer for Austin Dillon, but I hate Austin Dillon, so I'm not that bummed. It's just a nice thing to say. Oh, what a bummer for him. Yeah. Blaney gets another shot to make the playoffs.
30 cars out there. I think at the front of the field, you're going to have to work harder to get the runs you need without all the cars involved.
Motherfucker.
One car comes right to the pit stall. And that's so I think NASCAR.
Please open pit road next time and then give them the one to go after that. We got to get this going. I'm back to react to 20 laps of racing. It's an old school Busch Clash from the 80s. 20 laps. Really, it's going to be like 17 by the time they throw the green.
I mean, if I had an issue I needed to adjust, I would jump on it as soon as possible. We see that with the 21 now, 48, 62, a bunch of cars. Parker.
I just want to point
Noah Gregson's getting some work done. Eric Jones still running. But Cindric and Austin Dillon are in the best shape of anybody.
You know, he has a pretty clean car, and I think his biggest fan might be his team.
Landon Castle's got a pretty nice looking car.
He is able to go up there and be a winner here and be a repeat winner. That might just help.
This might be the most bizarre ending to a NASCAR race. Bubba Wallace's first car lap down. He's not going to get the free pass here, but he is a lap down. I don't think he gets the free pass here.
One of the restarts, he was instructed that they needed a repeat winner after what had happened to the 12, so he fully knows what's at stake for his Team Penske teammate, Dave.
Cindric going to go win one for the captain and get Blaney in the playoffs.
They only compete a couple of times each year. In fact, this year, one employee, Darren Shaw, he is the only employee for Beard Motorsports, received and put together this car, made the Daytona 500 with this driver, Noah Gragson, and that car is still in one piece on the lead lap. And we know Noah, majorly from the Xfinity series, he is not afraid to race up front at these plate races, and so we'll see what they do. A little work there on the front end, just making
Noah
sure
had some minor damage.
And ready to go for Noah Gragson.
Noah first Cup win incoming. Kill me now. Ty Dillon's fucking doing the stanky leg down the backstretch here.
So Steve, their plan right now is they wanted to do a lap at speed, but there's no way they're going to be able to make that happen. They have to fix that left rear damage. Originally they were like, can you make a lap at speed, reset the damage vehicle policy clock for us? And clearly Ty saying, I cannot do that. I've got to come to pit road right now. That left rear damage is too bad.
Yeah, so basically
One of their losses,
I think you 6 minutes just isn't in your pit
Nah, I ain't played them yet.
when you enter pit road.
I don't think they're on my schedule.
When you exit pit road, and it totals. Every time you come down pit road,
I smell supper cooking. I told Dylan I ate breakfast at the start of the race. Now I'm gonna get supper at the end of the fucking race.
Impossible for this car to run speed.
I smell what the Rock is cooking.
He still has all 6 minutes. So that's the most important part right here.
Pit road is open.
Change that toe length that we showed you in the animation.
Kyle Busch, B.J. McLeod, and obviously Ty Dillon pit.
Right there is when the clock started.
Yeah, over that yellow line. So now we have 6 minutes. You got to be very careful. You can waste a lot of other time with penalties, 2 extra guys, things like that. Parker.
Kyle Busch will be all right.
Kyle Busch here, and he and I were examining
as far as other cars running.
Right there, looking, as you look at those 2 guys at the front, they're going through sort of the inlet to the engine. What had happened from his damage there is it sort of caved in and sort of created just a very small opening.
Send him to the Pro Bowl on that game. Dylan's playing our Madden franchise. He's doing his game right now. He's up 63-7 on the Colts.
Ty Dillon is here. He shut off the engine. He didn't really have control of the car. He is way too close to the wall. It took a while to get the car jacked all the way up. They're going to put it on jack stand. Steve, it's just 3 bolts. Okay.
Weak.
I can't imagine what you crew chiefs do in the 3 hours if you game plan this and kind of run through this.
Are you ready for Cody, Shane, Ware to be in NASCAR victory lane? I don't think you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, this is something these teams practice now. This is a part that everybody knows has become the weak link in suspension. So you practice the changing.
First time I've ever had 2 PS5s in my room.
Pretty heavy work happening on the left front on this car. That 18 car. So, you know, we used to talk about, hey, we need to cut that down to get some more cooling. It's more than just cooling for these cars. Remember, the air that physically goes into the engine through the throttle body, that doesn't happen at the base of the windshield.
In our franchise, I'm leading the league in passer rating and completion percentage, but I'm second to Dylan in touchdowns and way back in yards.
That'll kill your horsepower.
I guess I'm a little bit curious about the cars that just went straight to their pit stall.
Fucker.
When did the clock start for them? Because that clock always normally is triggered by when you come onto pit road.
I'm sure NASCAR knows the rolling time from their pit box to the yellow. They'll just add it to it. They'll let teams know, hey, you know, there's a 20-second or 25-second addition to your clock.
That game I played with the Titans a little while ago, man. I was just all over them.
Matter of fact, when
I'm upset about the Calvin
Scott Miller was over here during the rain delay, he had mentioned that he expected the teams to have to.
How much damage? The 9 cars out of the race. Chase Elliott's back in Georgia. He left. His car, I don't know if he could have continued or not, but Chase Elliott left the track. He's not back in the race. So he's done.
Obviously, this first wreck.
I actually saw a tweet from a Twitter account that follows and tracks sports jets of like athletes and shit. They had Chase Elliott's jet on the tracker. He left an hour after the red flag and is already back in Dawsonville, Georgia. I gotta follow that Twitter account if I see it again. It's called Sports Jets, where they can actually track the flight logs of famous people's jets and planes. So Chase Elliott's in Georgia. He's not even at the track. He'll be home. He's probably going to watch the last 20 laps on television like the rest of us. Oh, man.
Austin Dillon.
I read that. I knew where he was going.
Winner in this. Started raining with the inner turn 1. Had no idea rain was there. Huge wreck. Austin Dillon still on the bottom. Slides through it. Now he's leading.
Longest 400-mile race in the history of Daytona has to be. 3 hour, 19 minute, and 57-second red flag. I'm glad I ended my stream when I did.
Types of service.
Because we back now.
There's Steve on the 42. Sorry, didn't mean to step on you there. The 42. 3 minutes left in their crash clock. I was going to let you guys know over there. The 21 of Burton, unfortunately,
hit him.
expired. So he is no longer going to be allowed to join the race. So that's one of those guys that needed to win. He doesn't have a chance. It's 42, though. 3 minutes to go.
Harrison Burton on pit road getting repairs.
Now maybe just driving back to the garage. There we go. Good work. There's the DVP clock. 2 minutes and and remember that's his out to this yellow line. So as he pulls forward, this clock it won't erase. It just pauses. It pauses at the yellow line.
And he did not get that fixed.
Yeah.
So it must not be a toe link. It's maybe an issue with the upper control arm on that car.
So now
Ty Dillon would be on the lead lap if they could fucking sort this out.
No way to get rid of that 2 minute clock until you go out here and run a 55-second lap. So the question is, as we see that car go around turn 1 sideways, I'm not sure if that's possible, Marty.
Oh, and look at all that
what
smoke.
the hell?
That's speedy dry on the racetrack.
I'm about to say, I better be speedy dry.
They kind of called it off the work on the 42 car, sent him back on the track, but it is not.
What's the speedy dry for? It just rained for like fucking 2 hours.
Speed. Meanwhile, the first car 1 lap down is Bubba Wallace, team owner Michael Jordan, still here in Daytona. He could have easily left during that 3-hour rain delay. Denny Hamlin sitting right beside Michael Jordan because
Hamlin's on the 23 pit box now because he's out of the race.
Both of the team owners here for Bubba Wallace are cheering him on. 1 lap down, currently the first car 1 lap down in 12th. Game not over.
There's 11 cars on the lead lap, for God's sake.
By the way, this is going to be the first time in the history of
Bubba gets a free pass. He'll get back in this thing.
The owners are sitting on the pit box at the end of a race.
They hope it's the last.
They hope it's the last time they have both owners of the 23 on the pit box during a race.
Denny Hamlin involved in the wreck, so he is going to watch the end of this one from the pit box next to MJ. The running order and the cars on the lead lap: Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, Ware, Truex Jr., Castle.
I think we just got the one to go. We're getting ready to go green with 16 laps.
Kyle Busch will be behind him, and it's Reddick.
Everybody out there, you awake? 11 cars on the lead lap. Bubba's in 12th, first car lap down. Motherfuck, come on, man. I think Cindric's going to win. Cindric's going to get the Daytona sweep.
2 laps down.
I like that Penske power. But it really, I'm cheering for Cody Shane Ware. Cody Shane Ware. Gonna win the race.
In the top 5 is the 77 Landon Castle. Very clean car, too.
Castle's going to get his first Cup win before he ever gets his first Xfinity win. Well, the thing is, I don't know how many cars are 1 lap down, but I think Bubba's in the best shape of all of them. So, yeah, if he just gets 1 yellow. There's 11 cars on lead lap. It's Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, Cody Ware, Martin Truex, Landon Castle, BJ McLeod, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick, David Reagan, Noah Gragson.
A few cars left on the racetrack. You got to look at who your friends are. So we know Cindric is not going to be out there trying to help Austin Dillon win this race.
It's been just that kind of week.
That will hurt his teammate Ryan Blaney.
I almost feel sorry for the guys still running. This is awkward.
Should they be able to get together anyway?
3 hours and 20 minutes to get 16 laps of racing.
Austin Dillon try to win this race.
If Austin Dillon wins now, I can't complain.
12-car Blaney, as he rises through the standings, as he passes all of these cars that have been knocked out of this race, that's going to be a key factor in how many points he can gain.
Blaney's still running, a couple laps down.
I see 11 in the
45 still a couple laps down.
It's going to be real close. Truex has to have a good top 5 finish if Austin Dillon were to win. Truex needs to be right there in the picture.
That's assuming more cars don't get eliminated.
Honestly, Blaney's just hoping Truex wins. He's hoping either Truex wins or Cindric wins. Can't have somebody like Austin Dillon win. Can't have Bubba win. Can't have Reddick win. I mean, Reddick's already won. What am I thinking? Durr. So he's got some options here. 16 to go. Here we are. Shout out to the 20 people that stayed. Green flag. Austin Dillon. Truex. Nice suck up to the back of the 2 car. It's going to shove Cindric up to the lead. Damn, Austin Dillon. There's like a parachute hanging out of the back of the 51. Look how slow Cody Ware is. Even with all those damaged cars, he looks like the slowest car out here. I think Cindric's in the catbird seat to win the race. He's fucking, yeah. BJ McLeod is top 5. Bubba's a lap down. He's held, but you got to run where you are. 2-car breakaway. Castle and Austin Dillon closing up to Truex for second in the middle of 3 and 4. Austin Dillon shoots to the outside. Castle, go with him. Cindric throws the block. It was an easy block. The run stalled out long enough for Cindric to make a nice block. 15 to go. The 2 cleanest, the 3 cleanest cars are 1, 2, 3. Cindric, Dillon, and Castle. This just doesn't, yeah, this is fucking weird, dude. I don't know about this. Truex has speed. He just doesn't have arrow. Reddick shoots to the outside of Kyle Busch to try to get us. That second line's not going anywhere.
There's not going to be a whole lot of help. So if he gets a run on him, he cannot wait. He needs to make it happen now.
The speed's at the front, the 2 and the 3. And honestly, the 77.
4 cars trying to break away now.
Austin Dillon stays tucked up behind the 2. Gonna spin him in the tri-oval.
Just right up the back bumper there, Jeff.
14 to go.
Down the front straightaway, continuing to try to make this a 2, 3-car race. I agree with you. As you lose cars in the draft, the ability to get energy enough to
So right now with the repeat winner, Truex and Blaney are still in. They can't let the 3 win. Anybody but the 3 almost in that entire top. Pretty much, yeah, anybody but the 3. And Blaney and Truex are good. I think Cindric's a sitting duck. 77 and the 3 will gang up on him.
So allowing that 3 car some help if he can get up there. He has that right front damage, but if he could get in the draft, be able to push that 3.
It's a 4-car breakaway. 4 cars checking out. Truex, it's remarkable Truex's car is still able to run like that, but Kyle Busch's can't. When they start shuffling and jockeying for this lead, I think they'll probably stay together until about 2 or 3 to go. Because look at the gap they're building here over the rest of the field. What's left of the field.
Where's the help going to come from? Truex ain't going to help him.
Yeah, that's the issue, right?
Truex.
It is, yeah, it's interesting. Truex will not push the 3. Castle probably will because they're both Chevrolets, and what the fuck does Castle give a shit? Ty Dillon's still out there riding around on the apron trying to bring out a caution. They've passed him twice. He needs to get his fucking ass on pit road. 12 to go. Top 4 single file still breaking away. They've got to sort that out behind them. If Noah, Cody Ware, Kyle Busch, and David Reagan could run single file, they might be able to run this group down. But they're not single file. Look at them. Noah's leading an outside line back there, but he's got Reddick, lapped car Bubba, and he's got BJ with him. A lot of wounded cars with good engines. If I'm Kyle, fuck it, I'm taking a chance. Let me work with Cody Ware. Fuck it. Come on, Cody, push. Noah has gotten to the front. Noah's got the cleanest car of that second group, and he's to the front of it now. But they've lost a lot of ground to the top 4.
All right, let's listen into the 3 radio of Austin Dillon.
11 to go.
That's Richard Childress right there giving the information on when to make that move.
Austin Cindric going to get this Daytona sweep when Austin Dillon wrecks or something. 2 Rick Ware cars and the 78 in the top 10.
I think Castle's in prime spot. Austin Dillon's going to take him in.
Yeah.
So what if you don't get that run? You got the run right there, right up to the back bumper. What if you don't get that run that last lap?
There's a little bit of help coming to this pack.
Look, Noah and Reddick have caught him. So now it's a 6-car group. Now that changes everything. Now look at Noah going to the outside with Reddick. They're going to hang Truex out. I just think Truex, as soon as he gets slowed down by anything, he's just not even going to be in contention here. Castle moves up in front of Noah. So they all train around poor old Truex. Truex was fine until this 62 and the 8 got here. That got Noah. Man, Noah's got a good car, and it's clean. Noah made it through that fucking mess back there, and now Truex has lost the tail end of this top 5. God, Cindric is fucked, ain't he? And Truex is the most helpless man in the world. He's in no man's land. He has no help behind, no help in front. 5 cars driving away. Oh, Noah. Noah's looking to get around these guys. Noah's got the car to win, guys. I hate to say it, but Noah's got the car to win. Cindric has the car, but he ain't got the help.
Whenever they move like that, that helps the car sitting there running, falling back, that 19 car. If they get side by side, then it creates that bigger weight.
Noah's here to win a cup race. He goes to the inside. Reddick, man, Noah and Reddick are just in sync. Wherever Noah goes, Reddick goes. They've hung out Castle. Oh, Castle, you made a mistake there. Got to tuck in behind. Noah's not going to help the 3. I think Castle would have been more likely to help Austin Dillon than Noah. Noah's been looking to get around every single car. He's not riding behind anybody. Now Castle's losing the fucking front. Now it's back to a 4-car group. 3 up the ass of the 2. 8 to go.
You can see the fender poking out just a little bit. It says like a parachute, and that may be the biggest issue that he's dealing with now.
This is the most bizarre Daytona finish we've ever seen. Truex sucking up to the 77. Maybe they can... They're not. The two of them ain't going to be able to catch this group.
Pretty much wasn't willing to stay in line, but now he's in between two teammates. If he makes a move, the 8 likely is going where the 3 is. So Noah's
oh yeah, you're right. God damn it. The 8 will go with the 3. Noah's going to look out for himself, and Cindric's just going to have to block like hell. 7 to go. Austin Dillon, to his credit, is playing it smart, getting it stretched out, and then making the move when it's too late for anybody else to catch him.
The way things are developed now with Austin and who he has behind him, I'm with you. Go ahead. You got all these guys. They're going to go with you. You're going to have help when you get the opportunity.
43 to the garage.
Guys at 43, top of the screen, goes to the garage. Why does it matter?
It's going to be another spot for Blaney.
This 19 of Truex will catch him on the white flag lap and scoring. That will tie Truex and Blaney in their current situation.
Truex just pushed 77 like hell. There's not much to say. Just waiting and waiting and waiting here, because they've already made it clear the 3's not making a move till like 1 to go, 2 to go. If they could shuffle the 2 out, Austin Dillon easily wins. I feel like. I'm with Junior. Remember how he said they should go ahead and get the 2 out? Oh, that might be a yellow. Custer's got a right front down.
He gets down on the apron. We'll see if a caution.
He's on the back stretch. That might be a caution.
Green flag still out.
Uh-oh.
That might be a point for Blaney. Custer scored in front of Blaney. We'll just have to see if the
Custer's riding down the back with a shredded right front. He's off track. 5 to go. Still green. Cindric, Dillon, Gregson, and Reddick.
If Austin Dillon wins the race, he's the only one at the front now. That would be a new winner inside the top 30. Gregson would be a new winner, but not.
Gregson's not eligible.
Those cars behind Truex are running him down. David Reagan, Ware, McLeod, they're all catching the 19 car.
It would be in their best interest to hook up with the 19 car and make their line
5 laps.
try to run the lead pack down.
Still green. I don't blame NASCAR for not throwing a caution.
Might not be enough time though, as we're coming up with 4.
Come on, 77, stay in there. If this top 4 fucks around too much, there's still time. Joey's 2 laps down, but he's running with this lead group.
Now, 4
That's an impressive group, but for the wrong reasons. They just don't have the speed.
All you can do now is hope that
A couple of Rick Ware cars, a Spire car, and a 78. 4 laps. They're going to catch him.
both Blaney and
Truex is tucked up with this group, too, so Truex is going to have another chance. They're going to catch him. We're going to have about an 8-car pack here in about 2 laps, especially if the 3 and the 2 start jostling.
The 4-car pack that had separated themselves, we'll see if they can stay
3 laps to go. This time Alex Bowman's still out there running and getting lapped.
Looking for a win to get into the playoffs, running second.
3 laps to go. Big gap between the 3 and the 2. The 3's laying back. Here comes Castle, Reagan, and Cody Ware. Oh! Horrible camera work. Austin Dillon takes the lead. What happened? I don't know what happened. NBC missed that. Austin Dillon's got too big of a lead. 3 got the 2 loose, and it jacked up the front pack. Yeah, probably. The 3 and the 8 are running 1-2. Yeah, it was just a bump draft gone wrong. And the 77's caught these guys about a lap quicker than I thought he would. Oh, we still got a big group here now with 2 to go. 8 cars. They're going to have a chance at this.
And Blaney's in over Truex.
Austin Dillon's at this in pretty good shape. I don't know.
After all this, and Truex don't make it.
So now Truex is below the cut line and Austin Dillon's leading. Worst case scenario. He needs literally anybody but Austin Dillon in this front 7 to win. This is insanity. The Rick Ware cars to the top. 77. Look at them. They're all.
Right now, nobody,
the 8 car's not going to try to win. David Reagan, who's really good at this, but I just don't know if there's going to be enough of a push. That just won the race for Dylan, I feel like. One to go. Big run for the 15 here. Oh, come on, Castle. Castle's like, no, push me. It's over. Austin Dillon's got it won. They can't decide who wants to fucking push who.
Austin Dillon out in front.
Come on, Cody Shane Ware. Cody Ware into third. Come on, buddy. This sucks. All this waiting, and Austin Dillon's still going to win anyway.
But legitimate.
Yeah, at least he's going to win legitimately. It's over.
Cody Ware running in that third spot.
Cody, take this run with the 2. Come on, Cody. Cody didn't take it. What a crock.
And he doesn't have help anymore. It has dropped off as they come in.
Well, that's disappointing. Ooh, David Reagan. And Truex is out of the playoffs. And Austin Dillon wins. He needed to make up 3.
Well, it looked like he passed a couple at the line. I don't know.
Austin Dillon wins. Reddick second. Cindric third. Oh, yeah, Richard Childress real happy when his fucking grandkid wins.
All the rain, waiting on the rain delay to do was put Truex out.
But,
that's all it did.
But when Reddick wins, Richard Childress ain't happy. Truex is out by 3 points. Jesus Christ.
Well, there's the controversy.
I still want to get rid of Tyler Reddick.
Now you got to think what would happen if Kurt didn't.
Yeah. If Kurt Busch didn't declare out, then Blaney would be out too. If Kurt Busch didn't get hurt at Pocono, Blaney would be out.
Yeah, that was, that was a good save by the 2 car. I'd be upset too getting turned into the corner like that, but
it was just a bump draft gone wrong, I feel like.
Cindric
got intimidated.
And win at Daytona. He pushed that 2 out of the way. Took the lead back again. And that gives him the
Credit to Austin Dillon for not choking it away after a 3-hour delay of thinking he was probably going to win. And his burnout's dead.
I believe that is where you're going to sit for a while there, Austin. Oh, good job. He gets it out.
I'll be right back.
Checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts. Win your way into the playoffs is what Austin Dillon knew at the beginning of the day his goal had to be. And after the rain delay, he comes out and finishes the job. Imagine sitting there for 3 hours and 19 minutes. That's how long the red flag was when you're out front. And then coming out and racing the final 20 laps at Daytona, and he gets the win and the spot in the playoffs, Marty.
Austin Dillon, welcome to the playoffs. More gratifying to do it this way by racing for it versus the rain?
100%. Crazy face. My wife was in there. I told her, she was dancing in the rain. I got upset. I said, don't be doing that. She said, Lord, she said, when you have faith like me, you don't have to worry about it. I was like, okay, I got you, baby. But Ace was back there with me. We were watching Paw Patrol, watching the Carolina Cowboys win the PBR event. And they said, hey, go get ready. So we stayed ready, and I got to thank my teammate, Tyler Reddick, Brez Tree, Bass Pro Shops, everybody that makes this thing happen now, who's been with me since my start.
That was remarkably disappointing. You could tell the 2 best cars left were the 3 and the 2, and the 2 got fucking shit canned by the 3. So, yeah, that race was dumb. That might be dumber than the Xfinity race. And Truex misses the playoffs. That's outstanding. For all the wrong reasons.
little too much push there and got him loose, and we went going.
How hard was it to stay patient there? I know Pop told you on the radio, hey, don't go until the white flag lap. I knew you wanted to go earlier.
Yeah, I just felt like I had good teammates in Chevrolet behind me, and that if I could get the lead, that the two would not be able to hold on to the draft. Those small packs are, we've done it in practice enough to know that you lose the tail, it's hard to get back.
Remember the dual races at Daytona this year, how they played out with small packs at the end of the race? That looked very similar. That wasn't the worst race of this year. Martinsville still takes the cake.
It's crazy. You just never give up and have faith.
Martinsville was still worse than this.
Like Charlotte, man, I beat myself up over that. I made a good move and just didn't finish it off.
As legitimate as you can get.
I'm so proud of these guys, and I'm glad to be going to victory lane.
Here at Daytona, of all places, Austin Dillon gets another win, puts the 3 in the 2022 playoffs.
And he will be promptly eliminated in 3 weeks after Bristol.
Will not make the playoffs this year. Martin, you were afraid it would be slow. What did you experience out there?
Yeah, just not fast enough to keep up with those guys. You know, we got the restart we needed and got in a decent spot there. Just couldn't keep up. You know, it's wide open the whole last run there. So
missed it by 3 points.
But you know, just too much damage to have enough speed to do what we needed to do.
The margin is 3 points. That's all.
Rub it in.
I know it's hard to face now.
Yeah, I mean it is. You know, hindsight. It's always 2020. We gave away plenty of points throughout the season, but yeah, it is what it is.
Champion Martin Truex Jr. will not get a chance to try to go for that this year.
Playoff Tom. Woo woo.
Austin Dillon, while he celebrates, quite a few that will be disappointed in not being able to.
Damn, Noah Gregson shit can Truex out of the playoffs. Ain't that a bitch? It's Noah's fault.
And Martin Truex Jr. will have to watch from the sidelines. He'll obviously be racing in the final 10 races, but won't be a part of the playoffs to race for that championship.
Goddamn T-boarders. It's bullshit.
Lose a couple spots here late in the race, but he's right. You know, they lost points other places. You can look at other races where they could have done something different or had some bad luck.
Had a win or two slip away this year for Truex.
You know, it's the bulk of the year that put him in this position to make it or not. And it's a player, a driver that many.
Just because Kamikaze will hate it, I do think it's funny that Austin Dillon is the one who knocked Truex out of the playoffs.
5 years in the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr. this team.
Imagine not making the playoffs.
Moments and you know, it's what a shame. Think about that. 3 points, 3 positions in the regular season. 3 simple positions throughout.
Truex can go win Darlington now. He's good there, so yeah.
It's just amazing how tight it is.
There was Coach, talking with Martin Truex.
Austin Dillon almost won Darlington the year before last.
Back in behind the wheel. He is going to be heading to
The ultimate Mickey Mouse win, but not as bad as it would have been had it ended earlier. Well, that's the end of that fucking stream. Austin Dillon wins. Truex out.
Ryan Blaney standing by with
What do I Blaney interview?
Just 3 points over 26 races, 3 positions, Ryan.
Go win some goddamn races, Blaney.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, that's for sure. It was not a good day getting going, and you know, getting to up early, and at that point, you know, our fate was not really in our hands. All we could do was.
So we had 16 different winners. Just one guy got hurt.
You know, thankfully, you know, we were able to get enough cars throughout the wrecks that we kind of just kept moving up, and were able to get in. So that's definitely a lot more stressful than I wanted coming into here. But I just got to give a lot of props to the 12 group, you know, for fixing it and sticking with it all day. And that's why you do it. You know, your day can start off like that, and you just stay with it and stay in the game. And it was definitely beneficial for us. So appreciate them. Advance Auto Parts Ford will go race for a championship.
What do you say after a weekend of racing that was this stupid? Let's get back to normal in Darlington.
All unfold there in those last 20 laps. What is that like through this time?
Yeah, really well, just throughout the race. You know, when we got on our wreck so early, you know, you try to stay optimistic. You know, you never know what can happen, whether it's a new winner or we can still try to beat the 19 on points. You know, so you just try to stay optimistic and in the game and just not think about the negatives. Even though it's really easy to think about the negatives, you try not to. So definitely a roller coaster of emotions, and luckily it ended on a high for our group.
Good luck in the playoffs.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I hear F1 was good.
Standings now as we get ready for the first.
There's your playoff standings. Daniel Suarez starts 2 points below the cut line. Cindric 3 points below. Bowman 3 points below. And Austin Dillon 4 below. Chase Elliott has a 32-point gap, 33-point gap over the cut line as the leader. That's still, I mean, that's a lot, but really not a lot in the span of a race.
Yeah, but really,
anyone on that right half, they need to be thinking scoring points. If you win a race, that's awesome. That's the golden ticket to move through. But starting already a chunk behind some of the guys.
Well, I'm out of here. I got food sitting here kind of getting cold. I'm hungry. Goodbye. What a shit show.